I'm going to have it's money is where my belief, and I just want to talk a little bit about wisdom. As I was reading in Tehillim 37, verse 29, 30, and 31, I was looking at some attributes of righteousness, and wisdom and righteous judgment are attributes of those that have wisdom, or those that walk in righteousness. Wisdom and judgment will come out of that person's mouth. And when it said judgment, I looked at the verse 31. And for a lot of people that say that the law is done away with, the attributes of having wisdom is having the Torah written on your heart, meaning written on your mind. It's in your mind. It's in you. In your innermost being means you follow it. You follow it basically without someone having to keep reminding you, oh, you have to follow this, you have to follow that. No, it's written on your heart so you know to do this within you. It's not something that somebody has to constantly poke you and remind you to do. It's something that you have a will to do. And so it's like when we walked in a state of lawlessness, we walked without wisdom and we walked without light. And when someone spreads wisdom, they're going to spread judgment. And the way that you can tell that you're a righteous steward of the word and you're learning to be a righteous steward of the word is when someone corrects you with wisdom. They're going to always have righteousness and judgment when using wisdom, because wisdom reproves. Wisdom has been with the king since the beginning and the foundation of the rest of the earth. So wisdom has walked with mankind and has taught us basically and instructed us on how to speak. Wisdom is not so much talking calmly and talking in a manner where nobody can get offended. No, because in the verse after 31, it talks about the wicked not liking what comes out of those that use wisdom. They don't like what comes out of your mouth because 9 times out of 10, you're judging them using wisdom, but according to the Torah. So that's something that I looked at, and I'm like, the Torah written on our hearts has nothing to do with just mindless practices that have no type of relevancy in our lives. Everything that we do when it comes down to the Torah is important. And it basically helps us to set ourselves aside from the society that we live in. We follow basically 2 types of laws in this world, honestly. We follow the laws of the land, and we follow the laws that were written from the foundation of us being a nation that were given to Moshe at Mount Sinai. Basically the law, the commandments, the 10 commandments that he had given to them. Those are the laws and the statutes that we follow. That's our way of being set apart, because the thing is, wisdom says, if everything shuts down in the government, if everything basically falls apart, and these laws as we know it are no longer valid, and you can do anything you want to do and it's not considered breaking the law, what laws do we stand on? We stand on the 10 commandments, and we know that those laws are never done away with. We know that those laws basically govern our lives and help us to be set apart from every other nation and actually have some type of scruples about ourselves. So we have to be thankful for wisdom and thankful for the commandments and thankful for this allowance to even know what the commandments are. And it's right there in the same book that many people read. But if you look from a different doctrine, you will discount everything that the Torah says about keeping the laws. And when you keep the laws, you will have wisdom. You will have righteousness. You will have sound judgment. Because when wisdom comes out of your mouth, so will judgment. Right now, like if somebody hears that and they may not be following in truth, or they may not keep the Sabbath, they may not honor and respect their parents, they may steal, they may do things that are very contrary to the commandments. That basically will be what is judgment to you, and it will reprove you in a positive way, in a great way, because you don't have to basically holler to get the word across anybody. All you have to do is speak wisdom, and sound judgment will come out of your mouth. So shalom and ahab, and keep it up to the 12 tribes that are spreading the word in sincerity and humility. It's a blessing to see, and it's inspirational, because there are people that are truly living righteous. There are people out here that are striving to do what they can, and that's a blessing to see, and it's a blessing to be a part of. So shalom and ahab, it's when it's somebody, it's word of my belief.